Beautiful pinch pots, okay? Notice that they're smooth. You should have 2 pinch pots that are roughly the same size. So these fit together pretty well. If they don't fit together exactly well, you can always pinch one out a bit. So like if you want to stretch your rim, you can pinch out at an angle so that it angles slightly, and then they'll lock together. So these are 2 nice pinch pots, okay? What you're doing to practice slipping and scoring is you're going to slip and score these and blend them so that it looks like it was all one piece all together. So what you're going to use is this tool, which is a tooth rib, okay? And you use this like a comb. So the first thing, if you wanted to, and actually I need a fettling knife, so let me grab one of those. Okay. So one thing you can do, I mentioned this in the pinch pot video too, is if your pots are like, if the rims aren't completely level, you can always go and kind of trim some of the rims. So like this one has a high spot, so I'm going to trim it just so it's level. And then hopefully those pinch pots will fit together nice and snug. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tooth rib and you're going to rough up the surface. The whole point of slipping and scoring is that you rough it up and then the slip will soak into those roughed up areas. So you're going to take your tooth rib, you're going to run it over each rim like a comb. So that's what it should look like, really rough. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing with the other one. Some of you in like elementary school or middle school might have used forks. So this is way easier because it gets really roughed up. So that's what you want it to look like when you start. Okay? Then all you're going to do is take slip, and this is really nice slip. These slip containers, we just refill it with clay. We always have a bucket of slip in there that we top these off. If it ever starts to get dry, just add a little bit of water to it. But this is what your slip should look like. And what you're going to do is just dab slip on one of those pieces. Score both pieces and then slip in between. All right. I'm forever going to remember this demo video from being sick all week because I'm sure that I sound really nasally right now. That's good. All right, so then once you add your slip and dab it on there, you want to have it be pretty generous, like goop up the slip really good, because then when you push the pots together, you want that slip to kind of ooze out. So then after it oozes out, you'll go and you'll smooth that connection and try to clean up all the excess. And sometimes it helps to let the slip dry a little bit. Obviously, for the sake of the demo, I can't let it dry. But once the slip dries and soaks in, it'll be nice and fused together. So then what I like to do, your goal is to make this look like it was one piece of clay. Like you can't tell that it's 2 pieces of clay. So the best thing is to use this tool, which is called what? Who remembers? Smoothing tool. We got a quiz on Tuesday, everybody. You're going to rough that up in both directions. So you're going to go this way, then you're going to go the other direction. Does anybody know why we do these in 2 directions? It's because nobody likes one direction. Haha! See, I heard some snickers. There you go. All right, then you're going to take your, what's this tool called? Starts with an R. A rubber rib, okay? You're going to cup that rubber rib and you're going to go over it both directions again. And that will make your pot look like it's all one piece together. So your goal, you with me, gentlemen? Your goal is that you're going to attach these together, slip and score them, smooth them out really good, and then you're going to chop your pot in half, okay? So no pressure. We're chopping Brooklyn's pot in half. So we'll see how her texture is. Now, none of your pots are going to be perfect. I rarely see a perfect consistency, okay? So let's see. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chop that pot in half. Let's see how it looks. Okay, not too bad, okay? So you can see that it's a little thick in the corners. And so after you chop it in half, now you guys know, okay, when I start my actual project next week, I know where I need to work on a little bit and improve that thickness, right? So it's a good way to show you. Now, what Brooklyn's going to do now is she's going to spray her clay really good. And you guys are going to re-wedge it into a ball, and that's what you're going to start with next week, okay? So if you don't spray it good and wedge it well, you're going to have hard clay next week, okay? But that's another good skill too, especially if it's really dry. You can rip it up into a few pieces. This is actually a good point for my demo video, is how to rehydrate clay. It takes me hours to recycle clay, so the more that you guys can rehydrate, the better. Rip it up into small pieces, spray them really good, re-wedge them back together.